Welcome to the Drive Network. It's your boy Big Bucks. Keblomela utiaga today. Spijojo. Long time. Like scars.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. No, thanks, man, for making time. We've been meaning to do this thing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But I know my boy is busy, so I had to understand. But yeah, look, I eat more Drive Network most of the time. I think before we start, this thing, every little car, every car in the world, in all the stories I think.
Yeah.
So kibona or guys, I'm not gonna what the van.
I'm a
grootman. So what's the story behind the van and it's a feel young? Yeah, it's a feel of the grootman.
no. Before you feel the van, you feel the BMX.
Yeah.
At some point, you need to pass somewhere, and then you mature and grow. So for me, I got to a point where I wanted to focus on my business and my family, and I saw that
yeah.
you know the car I used to drive, so I just felt like I really needed a serious change in my life, and it started with the car.
Yeah, so definitely.
I think I bought it 5 years ago.
Still going strong.
That's very strong. So why is it Toyota? I'm always reliable. So I got that bike here. I really fell in love with it. But because I'm a sound guy, I had to put a sub in the car because
you sound guy.
Subway
beta. Yeah. Talk about sound, Mark. But you mentioned something very important, family man of note.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, I always appreciate Motwa family. Myself, Lynn, a family man.
Yeah.
Been married for 9 years, going for 10.
Oh.
Yeah, so how's the family life? And I see you do it so well. It's a young.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's great. I won't lie. It's not an easy journey, though, but it's great. I mean, having to stay with someone next to you every day, it's not a joke. But I've been blessed with a very humble wife and a very ambitious wife that's more or less ambitious as I am, and that's what makes a lot of things easy because we dream together and our dreams are not far-fetched. Understand? So the life, I'd encourage everyone to get married, I won't lie, but when you do decide to get married, make sure you find the right person, find a friend and a God-fearing person, depending on the kind of background you come from, because I mean, we don't take that out. So it just needs to resonate with your vision as a family person to say, does this person meet the criteria of what I want to achieve in life?
Powerful, man. Powerful. But yeah, so it comes to the point, and it takes me back to why I thought about the Drive Network, the concept itself. Grootman doing well, dressed well, driver transition. I'd always ask, Grootman, what do you drive? Or what do you do actually? So I could navigate around and try and push. So I think there's a lot of young men that are looking at you every time. You're doing big work, big names, and they just want to know, what is it that you do?
If my story is
no, go for it.
But I'd like to you see the thing that you're doing at the Drive Network, it really speaks to a lot of us growing up in the hood, because like you're saying, for us to envy something, it was through the car that person drives in the hood. So a lot of inspiring stories are from like my grootman and drive a certain cars in the car. So for me, when I was in high school, I decided that I want to do sound engineering. But how do you explain sound engineering to a black family? You understand? So my dad asked me one question. He said, okay, Sharp, Mokasi, ke mang o nang le directing sound engineering o nyetseng o phelang sharp?
Yeah.
And when I look in the hood, like literally, ke grootman one e dlalang e pushang sound. That guy had sound, he did parties, and I obviously liked that life, but he was not qualified in that field. So I couldn't even reference him to say, Mari, grootman le phela sharp, we have a VR6, I mean, I understand, we have a VR6, so I couldn't, and then I ended up going to study computer science and electronics, because when I was consulting with a few people, they were like, no, go study electronics, and then they're gonna teach how to build a speaker. And then I got there, at the University of Northwest, but it was more focused on computer science.
Yeah.
So when I was doing my third year, I'm like, I don't see myself behind the computer my whole life. I started banking classes. And then I registered a company without my parents knowing. But my first company was in Pumelele Events Management. And then in the Northwest, the most common thing is tenders, you know.
Yeah.
So I was also in part of that space, and that's how I got to buy my BMW. But it was not fulfilling. I was making money, but I still had that thing you would see, I want to push sound. Understand? So I started doing my research, and then I found a school in Joburg called the Academy of Sound Engineering. I had some money, and then I put it in, and then I told my parents, I'm like, this thing is a first year, go balance support thing.
Hey.
So my dad was like, hey man, no palla ko yazigela ke nalo yena yi.
Not
How you choosing fit? Well, again,
Yeah.
then I explained, I'm like, no, this time I'm really serious about life, you know, I want to do this thing, understand, I've even committed some money to it.
Yeah, towards the first year.
And I was like, okay, nah, sharp. Then that's how my journey started. So sound engineering, I fika la PM, mo chosi, I kupana la mo time after no Casper, and he was like, hey man, driver BM mo chosi, you must understand something. People here, boss kimela for what you have.
Yeah.
You won't have genuine people around you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then my mom had a Toyota Hilux, and I spoke to her, swap and so on.
That's a good move.
Then, yeah, that's how I got there. I studied sound engineering. Then my side hustle, I was selling Casper's shirts. Yeah, then we built the brand from selling it from the boot to opening a shop in what was it, Newtown. Yeah, we opened a shop in Newtown, the Family Tree store.
I remember meeting you guys, Leko Sentence City.
Yes.
It was like a pop-up store or something.
Yes, so we also did a pop-up store. So it was our shop, it was Family Tree, it was Major League and Rick. Yeah, we did a collaborative pop-up store, and it did well, fairly well in Sentence City. So yes, while I was studying sound engineering, and then we decided to do Fillup. Yeah, so.
And you filled it up.
Yeah, we did fill up the dome, and then the last one we did was back home. So from selling shirts, so even within the brand, this is how I grew in the Fillup team. I started selling shirts, and then I started doing marketing, and I started doing the marketing strategies. Then the last one, I was curating the deal between the municipality and Fillup.
Wow.
To get like billboards for free. So we actually got billboards for free. The last Fillup we did beyond just the marketing. So I did the marketing strategy, we implemented the marketing, and we also curated as a company, the deal between the municipality and the team.
So structure is important, because what I'm hearing, Liam, the friends, the guys, the BM, what you have, you know. So I think of your upbringing. You mentioned your dad, you mentioned your mom. Yeah. How's the family structure, and how do you think it has contributed to who you are and who you are also going to still be? Because you're doing well, but you're still chasing bigger dreams.
Yeah.
So how do you think that family structure contributed?
Look, to be honest, like family is everything. I don't know how I can emphasize it, because for me it played a really big role. That's why, and most of my friends, I got married before a lot. I'm 2 years married, but most of my friends are not yet married because of what's happening in the world, and you know, there's a lot of influences around relationships and stuff.
Absolutely.
But for me, I was privileged to be raised by both parents, my mom and dad. And they were very humble people. Like, they're both teachers, so you know how humble teachers are. So they're both teachers.
And not all teachers, but yeah.
Yeah, most of them. But most of them, yeah. So, yeah, and they're also spiritual. So they taught me how to pray, you know, when I had challenges. They taught me the importance of, you know, a family structure in terms of, you know, when you have a family, you set your own goals. You don't look what's happening at the next door or whatever.
Absolutely.
When my dad and mom decided to build a house, my dad decided to build a house at a village. But he got a big yard, right? A big room. So, and then he became a principal. He grew in the Department of Education. So when he was there, people couldn't understand. You understand?
Yeah.
But him and the wife had a vision to say, we're going to build our dream house here. We're not going to pay rates and taxes, whatever, but we're going to invest our money in our kids' growth in terms of education. And so the society didn't understand to say, hey, man, but we went to good schools. I mean,
Yeah.
a Posh Boys I went to Posh Boys It wasn't a cheap school
Never,
at that time, especially from the background that I come from. But I've never been called once at the office, I got school fees, right? So it clearly showed me that, you know, as a family, you and your wife, you sit down, you decide on the life you want to live.
Absolutely.
You don't look at the next door. Hey, can I this thing, baby? Hey, change the cat. So you don't do that. So I really learned a lot from my parents regarding that. And, you know, look, we talk. I mean, their journey was not easy. They obviously had their differences. So even with me, I know if I have differences with my wife,
yeah, absolutely.
It's not reason enough for me to leave because they're still together. So, I mean, I get hope. And I mean, is celebrating 9 years of marriage. How did got in your relationship?
Yeah, but I think it's key, and it's also rewarding to see black families having that structure and then relaying it to our age, and we're still pushing it, because I think we're living in tough times right now, where I normally say South Africa is on slave queen state. So go kry basadi ke mathata because tla ba shebile gore mang o rekile Rolex, mang o rekile Bentley, wena na re Bentley ya go e kae, then ke wa matha go mothong o mong. But yeah, so it's very inspiring, and I think it gives back over Bafana Bakasi. For Ibona, we still pushing. You can do this, because what I normally say go Bafana Bakasi, if I can get to where I am now, you can do better. Because if you have BMW at 2000, or we have at 2023, 2023 must be better. Technology has gotten better. So thanks for that. Thanks for that. So I just remembered now, go high school, this guy has always liked sound, right? Go na le nako ngwe ba ne ba tswa go boys a ka taxi ba ya rile taxi go tlhaga Rustenburg ba ikisa Porsche ba taka wa khale ba re ke ya mathata illa sound to taxi a teng ye re rasa yo ke taxi ona re ke taxi
no le ngwa re diesel le FG. Yeah, so so most of the passion was from there, because I had a friend, Kosimi, you know him.
Yeah. How's he doing, by the way?
No, he's doing great. He's doing great. He's also married now.
Nice.
He just got blessed with a son. I was excited when I
spoke.
And I spoke to him the last time he spoke. I was excited. So, sound, even with parties. So, I was the guy to go and collect money from girls. We're booking Estrovilla. We're booking three chalets. One is for ladies, one is for guys, one is for the party. I'm sleeping in the one other party. I'm making sure everything is fine. I'm going to collect the money from the girls. The girls are machita. I was that guy. Understand? So I've always been that guy. It's just that now after matric, when you're supposed to face reality and you have to explain it to your parents, how do you say you want to be the guy who throws parties to a black community, to a family, about mistress? No, I understand. So it was difficult, but for someone who wants to study sound engineering, I'll tell you this, how to explain it to a black person.
Please.
To a black family. You know, people watch TV, right? When they watch TV, the audio that comes out is the people that make sure that audio is clean, is recorded properly. It's sound engineers. So I sit with my mom watching TV, like, I couldn't explain to mom, they are sound engineers, because we have to try and break it down at the most layman term for them to understand. For radio, like, for you to be able to hear those things, as sound engineers.
Absolutely.
You understand? When we're doing our final year in Erira, like to record audio for GPS and stuff. Understand? When you have to Google GPS, whatever. When you hear that lady speaks, whatever, that's sound engineering. You understand? When you go to a jazz festival, and there's different components of sound. There's live sound, there's music production, there's what's another one? Broadcasting. That's where the TV and radio is, the music production is, the people that record music in studios, make beats, whatever, and they mix and master songs. That's why certain songs sound better on radio than others, because the ones that are clever enough to understand that there are people that are qualified to make sure that your sound sounds properly.
They call it sound mastering or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
mixing and mastering of sound, you understand? So there's also, so it's a big field where, truly speaking, was white dominated. It still is, you understand? Because we are not yet well informed in that field. And even when people go and study it, they need to go into depth in terms of business and stuff. I used to tell my business partner when we were still pushing, I'm like,
You're a business partner.
yeah, I used to tell him, like, I need to push like a speaker, you understand? Like speakers that go into like I said, I'm going to partner with a car. Understand?
Yeah.
After building my brand, I wanna target key and say, guys.
But yeah, that's still that must still happen.
Yeah, because usually after I buy a car, the first thing I do, I first go to a dealership. I always go and meet my sound guy. So we decided. And when I bought the van, I got this like, nah, dog, at least drive this thing for 3 months.
Not today.
Not now, bro. Like, at least drive it for 3 months. So, but the way I was installing sound in it, when I'm looking at the Legend, it's no, they're doing it the same way. Like, it's just that now I just put like mids there, but they now putting the director JBL, so they properly designed because they have like proper budget. But now Toyota's partnered with JBL. When you look at the thing, the Legend, the Tamka JBL, so the sound sounds better.
Yeah,
understand? Otherwise, body BM into Haman Kador and stuff. So there's a big market in those things. So we need more innovative use to actually say, I'm gonna build a speaker, I'm gonna make it sound dope, I'm gonna go
partner
with the car. You understand? I mean, so if you think of doing sound engineering, don't hold back. Go tell your mom or mama, I wanna move on yeah, so it's a market that I encourage black people to go into because there's a lot of politics that are happening and a lot of red tapes, but the more we are in that space, we can be able to conquer.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think, before maybe we go down and see the Baki, words of wisdom for Bafana Magoka, see if Ubawana fella, what would you say to Bafana Magoka, fella? Words of wisdom, fella.
I'd say, I'd say a lot, but I'm trying to summarize something that they won't forget. So for me, guys, believe in your dreams. Like, find something that you're passionate about, do it. You understand? Because at the end of the day, don't just be chasing money. You have a life to live, and you don't want to be living a miserable life because you're chasing money. Trust me, whatever you're passionate about, whether you want to do sound, you want to do flowers, you want to do cooking, because right now we're living in a world full of opportunities now. You can access so many things. You can do research without even going to school. Just be passionate about what you do and do it at your best ability. Trust me, it'll pay off. You'll live a peaceful life. You won't even feel like you're going to work, rather than trying to get, because every time I speak to people, hey, like you understand? Yes, you get that, you start working there, but after some years, then you're living a miserable life. So don't do that to yourself. Understand? Find something that you're passionate about, do it to your best ability, and trust me, it'll pay off one day.
My man. My man.
The sound right now, I've been doing a lot of stuff. We just need a lot of funding from certain people, but even Tony attended. We hosted the breakfast at the mayor.
Oh yeah, I remember Maftown. He was there, yeah.
And then now, December, we're hosting luxury piano. Yeah, literally. So we're hosting luxury piano where we're gonna bring like people that are doing quality piano, like Kelvin Momo, Abidoza, you know them too. They're not this high, the quick log drum, because people are tired of that thing.
So okay, what's the date you're looking at?
The first Sunday, no, the 9th, I think. The weekend there, the 9th or the 10th in Mafikeng,
No, Klabigileda. What do you call the event?
luxury piano.
Luxury piano, gents. I don't know what's happening with the piano. And
we're gonna have boats and jet skis, so we're trying to get them there.
Please, no. The Drive Network will be there for luxury piano. Let my boy Spijojo catch us on the next episode of the Drive Network.
And this time maybe he won't drive. He must drive a boat.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll be pulling my own boat. I'll pull my own boat. I'll pull my own boat.
Must leave the road and come.
No, on the road I'll bring something sick for sure.
Okay.
But we'll get a boat as well.
This time I'll be having my cameras on you.
Please.
Here's your cameras. When you come, it'll be our cameras.
Your cameras.
Shout out. I hope you guys come through, man.
No, we'll do that.
Shout out.
Luxury piano, baby.
No way.
Peace.